Hey everybody, Mike Naso from Internet Partnership Radio with the latest on extremely dangerous Hurricane Felix. Here's a satellite image of this time exactly 2 weeks ago, August 21st. There was a significant hurricane named Dean, bit larger than this one, Category 5, heading directly towards the Yucatan. Wonderful outflow straight into an upper-level feature over the Eastern Caribbean. Flip forward 2 weeks to this moment in time. There is another significant hurricane, smaller than Dean, still has wonderful outflow, going right into an upper-level feature in the Eastern Caribbean. Further south than Dean, heading towards Honduras, Nicaragua, this is Hurricane Felix. You can see over the past few days, Felix has continued to move almost straight west and is now nearing its final destination. Here's the latest on Hurricane Felix as of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. It was at 14.3 north, which is actually a little bit loss of latitude. It had been at 14.4, so it's actually moving just south of due west based on the position. 81.9 west, moving to the west very quickly at 17. It should move inland right around the border of Honduras, Nicaragua, but probably more likely in extreme northern Nicaragua. Winds have increased now to 150 miles per hour, so once again it's nearing Cat 5 intensity. Pressure down to 940. It's in an area of higher pressures because it's pushed up against such a strong high pressure ridge. So this 940 is pretty low considering a hurricane in average pressures is about 925 to 930 millibars. So this is still very intense, and you can see it should come inland and weaken and stay over land. If it goes further north, it's stronger and over water more. If it heads further south, it's probably gone, and whatever's left moves into the eastern Pacific, but more likely staying over land over the next several days. Here's the satellite image before the eclipse. After the eclipse, continues to show a very impressive hurricane, symmetrical, good convection, very well-defined eye, heading directly to the west. And you could even see on the water vapor imagery not a touch of dry air entraining into the system, and you even have that inflow coming in from the Pacific near Costa Rica that's only going to increase thunderstorm activity, as you can see off screen here, in certain areas around the hurricane, not just over the top of it. Here's the upper level environment, again anticyclone over the top of it. Upper level low here, upper level feature at least, and maybe not be an official cutoff upper low, but still that's helping to vent the hurricane's outflow up here, just as Dean had 2 weeks ago when it had another vent here off towards the east. Here's where Hurricane Felix is right now, and it's probably already past this position. So the eye is probably right here, it's nearing Cat 5 intensity. The wind's spiraling around that eye, pushing water. Any of these areas here could see total devastation on the coast, I'm sorry to say. Good news is the hurricane should move fast, and that should not have a situation like we saw with Fifi in 74 or Mitch in 98 where the hurricane buries itself down there. But still, you could see a significant flooding event if the rains prevail. You could see landfall likely between 4 to 8 a.m. I'm leaning, say, 6:30 for landfall, I'd say. We'll see. Landfall likely as a Category 4 or 5 is really a technicality. It's only 6 miles an hour away from that. Extreme danger, potentially even catastrophic. Storm surge potentially up to 20 feet or more, especially to the north of the eye. Rainfall potentially up to 20 inches, and again, that could cause very life-threatening floods. So Hurricane Felix, you can see it came up, very intense, memorable hurricane. Hopefully it doesn't do a lot of death and destruction in Honduras and Nicaragua, but it is a very intense storm, certainly one for the record books. So stay tuned to Internet Partnership Radio and podweather.com. I'm Mike Naso. Latest on Hurricane Felix. Stay tuned.